If you were told that your baby had nuchal cord at birth and now has an HIE or a subsequent CP diagnosis, it's natural to feel scared with all of this. You may be wondering, was there anything else that could have been done that could have prevent what has happened? Many families are told right away that nuchal cord, that explains everything, that it was just bad luck, that nothing else could have been done that could have prevented everything. But what I want to share with you today is that in some situations, that explanation does not always tell the full story. Now, let's break down that word nuchal cord. A nuchal cord simply means that the umbilical cord was wrapped around your baby's neck. And actually, it happens quite often during delivery. And most babies with nuchal cord, they're born relatively healthy. They don't have any issues. The body is designed to handle some of the pressures on the umbilical cord during birth. The real problems tend to happen when the medical team does not monitor the baby or fails to properly act when warning signs do appear. In fact, in many of the cases that I see, when the baby is first hooked up to the monitor, everything actually looks reassuring. The heart rate is strong and there is no immediate cause for alarm or anything like that. It's only hours after the fact, hours into the labor, that things begin to change. Late decelerations, which I've talked about before, variable decelerations, or prolonged drops in your baby's heart rate. These can be all signs that your baby may not be tolerating labor well. These signs are not just something that you can just brush off. They can be warning signs that your baby may not be getting the oxygen that they need, or that their oxygen levels are failing and things are becoming dangerous for them. When doctors and nurses, when they don't respond quickly to these types of warning signs, that is when a nuchal cord can shift from being harmless to being part of a larger, possibly preventable injury. There's another piece to this puzzle that's also important for you to think about and for you to be able to consider. And that is when you have your baby and your baby is born at term gestational age, and when the baby's weight and when the baby's head circumference, when all of these things are appropriate for term gestational age, what that can tell us is that your baby was more than likely developing normally during pregnancy. It can suggest that there were no major problems that happened before labor began. This can be important information because what it can do is it can support the idea that the injury likely occurred during labor or during delivery, not months earlier into the pregnancy. Families trust their medical teams to watch carefully and to step in when something is going wrong and to be able to protect their baby. When that does not happen, families, they deserve answers for this. If you were told that nuchal cord has caused everything and that nothing else could have been done, it may be worth considering a deeper review of your baby's medical records. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and if you have any other questions about your baby's HIE brain injury at birth or a subsequent CP or cerebral palsy diagnosis, if you have these types of questions from a medical legal standpoint, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. You can find out more information about me and my profile. My information is there. If you're watching this video on certain apps, you can send me a DM and we can chat a little bit about everything on certain apps if that's where you're watching this video, or you just wait and watch the picture that follows the end of this video. All right, that's going to be it for this afternoon's short educational video. Have a good day, everybody.